Hey guys, James here at TCGU University, coming back at you with another profile from our five-hander deathmatch. Today we're going to be doing Stoneman. I built this deck. It was a lot of fun for me. A lot of other people won't think it's fun. This is a very, in my opinion, reminiscent deck of like Grey Wars or just like wall decks and whatnot. He is a very wally character, hence background of like stone brick wall. But the deck was a grindy grind play. I think we played like a 2-hour match. So like, let's get into it. Okay guys, Stoneman is a 5/34 with Earth, Fire, and Order. He has 3 abilities. R after an attack gets a speed or damage bonus. That attack gets -2 speed or damage. E commit 2 of your opponent's foundation, 2 of your opponent's non-character cards. So you can get assets, you can get mostly we go for foundations. Things that cause us problems. Deadlock E, your attack gains stun 3. No cost. It's just all your attacks as Deadlock gets stun 3. Make him very strong at Deadlock, as well as just making him a giant wall. So we'll get into the actions first. Playing 2-stop, just to basically turn off our opponent's character if we need to. Super strong in general. 3 Dark Tournament Looms to be able to draw cards, as well as get another attack into our hand, making us very strong on offense. 2 Omega Sword and Elk Shield. Makes it to where when we block, we take 1, extending our life just a little bit more. To help extend our life, we're playing 3 Spire Suplex. It's gain 3, it's a 5/2, does 6 damage. The main part of this is we want to extend our life as long as possible with so much DR and life gain that our opponent just either runs out of options and we slowly kill them with throws, or they mill out before we do, hopefully. 3 Sliding Ankle Breaker to turn off cards we don't like. Cards that are going to hurt us or help our opponents too much. We just want to get rid of them. Also a throw. Death by Faceplant. Stun 1 throw, 3 minutes for 5. If it deals 4 or less damage, we gain 2 and our opponent commits one of their foundations. Gaining 2 is very strong, especially in a character that starts with DR. It makes our opponent not want to block this, meaning we can just start slinging 5 damage attacks for free. Or if we have damage increases, we can get up to like 7 or 8. And then they have a choice of either taking 4, us gaining 2, and they have to commit 1, or they take the 8 and we just dealt 8 damage for free. Like, it's very strong. The deck has 16 attacks in it. It was supposed to be 20. I forgot to put an attack in when building it. The other attack was supposed to be Sliding Ankle Breaker. It's another throw that gains life on block. It's a low block. It's a low attack with no block, but it's a cool throw that just gains us life. Since we don't have it, we'll move on. 2 oil slider. It's a 4 low for 5. 5 div, 3 control. We get to unflip foundation, stuff like toughest pong, stuff like that. Stuff that just makes our character live longer. I moved it down to a 2-0 because I realized sometimes if I drew too many of them, it did nothing and I just held them for no reason. So off of my last deck I played that played this, I just moved them down. We kept these up because they're still just as strong. 4 women's leaf shields. After we block, all attacks our opponent played get -2 damage. And then while we have it in our card pool, all our opponent's block modifiers get +1 damage, +1 to their block mods, which was very actually helpful. Helped us win a game. So yeah, those are the only non-throws in the deck. They either neg damage or gives us the ability to replay cards. Toughest Punk. Before we take damage, we reduce the damage we take by 3. Nice and simple. Extend our life total. Same thing with the energy absorption. After we take damage, we get to check a 4 to gain a vitality. Only playable for a 5-hander, which we are. Basically, we try to reduce things like 1 damage and then gain 4 with energy absorption. It also has the neat ability to once per turn discard the top 3 cards of our deck to either, if we have more vitality, to make our opponent's attacks weaker or make our attacks stronger. For Task by Hephaestus, if the speed or damage of this attack is below its printed, we get a gain 2. Extending our life total is very good. It's a nice spam, meaning on turn 1 we get good builds. 3 Force to Defeat Evil. Each has a once per turn ability that says, this attack gets -1 damage, your next attack gets +2 damage. So we use it to defensively neg their damage, and then have cool cards to commit, or free cards to commit, or we give this attack, our next attack, +2 damage. It works really well with throws because like an 8 damage throw and a 7 damage throw are both going to deal 4.5 block. So if we have an 8 damage throw and we minus it 1, we basically increase the damage of our Nyx attack by 1 as well. So like it's a trade-off that works out sometimes in throw decks. We're playing 3 Commander of the Outworld's Armies. It is Breaker 1, 3 mid block. After we take 4 more damage, we flip one of our opponent's foundations that we don't like. They're cool cards that we just don't want to deal with. And then the Nyx attack is -2 damage. So we just make sure that our opponent hits less hard than we want them to. That sounds terrible. Doesn't even sound right. 3 stronger than all. E, destroy, return this attack to its printed damage, and then it gets -1 damage. Kind of stops people from like loading up on things. This just destroys multiples. Just very strong. 3, Solemn Exorcism. You'll hear me say it a lot. I like Solemn Exorcism in a 5-hander. If you have no cards in hand, you get to draw, meaning you can overextend in your 5-hander and still have defensive capabilities. 4, 3, Voice of the Dark. Voice in the Dark. Gets real momentum, as well as just having an emergency damage hate, or neg damage. It's really cool. 3, Immortal Knowledge. It's a free damage neg that also gives us the option to make our opponent add foundations to their hand before the draw step, just to make sure we slow them down a tiny bit. 3, Devotion of Justice. Nice high block. Spam. That says we gain vitality. 2, Massive Size. I'd play 4 of this. I decided afterwards that 4 of this would have been better, but we're only playing the 2 in this one. It gets -2 difficulty as long as we have more vitality, which most of the time we will, being that we gain life and that we have a damaged debuff on our character. Its only ability is this attack gets +X damage. X equals 10 minus our hand size. Our hand size being 5 means this gives 5 damage for everything. That's a cool 10 damage throw I have, or 5 damage throw. I'll make it a 10 damage throw. I have 2 of these. I'll make it a 15 damage. Like it's super strong, and playing 4 of this should have been the option. I just messed it up. 2, Guardian of the Spirit Sword. This card basically says, for me at least, pick up Omega Sword and Elk Shield, block with it, take 1. As well as just, it has a free -2 speed on things, meaning we get to block things for free. We're playing 2, Pursuing a Vendetta to protect our foundations from like Spirit Gun and things like that. And then the last ones are 1-ofs. Refuse and Let Go. Commit and we return this attack to its printed damage, then give it +2 or -2 damage. So if they debuff us, we can go back to printed if we need to and give it more damage. Or we kind of just debuff them and make sure they don't hit us. Dark Side of Karma to cancel things. Cast Away and Forgotten to seal attacks we don't want to deal with, like Missile Launcher, Coffee Summon, stuff like that. And 1 Patriot Stance to gain an extra life once per turn every time we gain a life. Thanks again for checking out the profile, guys. If you like my Snowman deck, make sure to check out the other one from the 5-hand death match. Man, it's so tough to say when I want to say 5-finger death punch. So make sure to check out those. Make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe with this video. If you want to support us, go to patreon.com/TCGU University. And as always, guys, stay learned.